Hello and namaste, my name is Nidhi Nagori and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my early career mistakes, यानी कि वो सारी गलतियां जो मैंने अपने करियर की शुरुआती में की थी. If you're interested, then stick around. Okay, so before I go into any more details, I do want to start off by saying that these are mistakes that I've made. These are by no means regrets. The only difference between a regret and a mistake is that regrets are what you should not have done. So in hindsight, you always reflect upon your regrets and you're like, यार काश वो नहीं किया होता या काश वो डिसीजन नहीं लिया होता. So ये कहीं से भी regrets नहीं है. These are not regrets. These are mistakes, and the person that I am today and the professional that I am today have been because of these mistakes. So now if you're wondering what is the point of this video, what I'm trying to convey is that there are certain things that I did that I shouldn't have done that way. Because there's a better way of doing those things right now with the technology that has evolved, with the world that we are living in right now. You always have to scale up your methods according to the situation that you're in and according to the environment that you're in. So this is what this video is going to be about, my 5 early career mistakes. Now let's get started. Number 1, using resources available. When I was in my early 20s and when I started my career, I was a little oversmart. Now, I don't know if this is a thing with all the people out there, but I do think that I was a little overconfident and oversmart. And also because I was more risk-taking. So when I moved to the US in April 2016, I'd not even Googled Cleveland up. I moved to Cleveland, Ohio, and I did not even look the city up. I had no idea what it looked like. I had no idea what the downtown looked like, what kind of opportunities were there. And I moved in telling myself, yaar, wahan jaake dekh lenge, jo hogi dekhi jayegi. That is not the right attitude. Whatever you're doing in your life, make sure that you use the resources that are available to you right now. Now, what I could have done better, internet was available because I moved in 2016. Internet was widely available. Ideally, I should have at least looked up the basics in the sense, what's the industry like? What are the job opportunities like? What is my life going to be like? And what are the basic skills that one must have to succeed as a professional in a place like Cleveland? I'd done none of this research and I absolutely landed, and I remembered my first week being a complete daze because everything looked very different from where I came from and because I'd done no research of my own. So whatever you're doing in your life and wherever you are and wherever you want to be, make sure that you're using all the resources available well. The biggest resource available to us is internet. Most importantly, places like YouTube itself. Make sure you're using these resources to the best of your ability. Whether it comes to online courses, whether it comes to online videos, whether it comes to blogs or experiences of people. Now coming to number 2, being specific about the resources and the help you need. So I remember very early on in my career when I came across LinkedIn and I realized this is such an influential and useful platform and I should try to use it to the best of my ability. I had this one standard message that I used to send to everyone. I was also looking for a job at that point, and so I had a standard message which had, me being a first attempt chartered accountant, and I'd attach my resume, and I used to send it to literally everyone possible. Anybody that I connected with, anybody that I felt could potentially guide me or help me. Now that obviously was not the right way to go because I was not being specific in the help that I needed. But being very specific in your questions can definitely help expedite the response rate, especially when you're in a system where you have to network and you're trying to network and build a network of your own. So instead of sending my standard message, when I started sending people questions like, hey, I'm new to the job market or the ecosystem here and I just want to understand what it is like or what should I expect when I'm going out there looking for job opportunities, it is only then that the responses actually started going up. A lot of people, to be very honest, are not able to instantly think of jobs when they receive that message. So that was the mistake that I was making. I was thinking कि यार अगर मैं किसी को ये message भेजूंगी तो उन्हें ये message देखते ही लगेगा कि हाँ यार ये एक job है और ये बंदी इसके लिए सही रहेगी, इसको इससे connect कर देते हैं. वो शायद 100 out of 1 cases में हो सकता है, but 99% of the times it's not going to happen because it doesn't even happen with me right now. Which gets me to number 3, staying organized and planned. This is something that I've struggled with immensely. I am an obsessive planner, but I'm not detail-oriented when it comes to my planning. So for me, it took a lot of time and patience to sit down and have a detailed plan and to be organized. I was not well organized and I had not planned well for almost anything that happened in the beginning of my career. For example, I knew that I loved audit, but I would go around applying to a bunch of other random opportunities. And when the audit opportunities actually came up, because I was so busy applying to so many other random opportunities, it was difficult for me to concentrate on that one opportunity that actually was meant for someone like me and for the experience that I had. Secondly, I was doing random job applications. Now, the best time to make job applications is during work hours because the recruiting managers and the recruiters are only going to look at your application when they are working themselves. Instead, I would sit and do job applications on weekends itself. I only changed that habit once I moved to the US and I realized this is not getting me anywhere in my job search. So that's when I changed that habit. But before that, I would literally sit and apply for jobs any time of the day, even at 11 p.m. in the night. I also did not have a tracker or an Excel spreadsheet of what are the companies that I'm applying to. I basically did no research. I would just be like, oh, okay, this is फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग में एक जॉब कहीं पे खुल गई, चलो ठीक है यार इसे अप्लाई कर दो. तो वो मेरा एटीट्यूड था और वो शायद बहुत ही गलत एटीट्यूड होता है. यू हैव टू बी स्पेसिफिक इन द सर्च दैट यू आर डूइंग एंड यू हैव टू बी वेरी प्लान्ड एंड ऑर्गेनाइज्ड. Apart from this, I also suffered from major time management skill issues. And the kind of person that I am, I always keep thinking about 3 different things in my head or maybe 40 different things in my head at the same time. Over time, of course, I've gotten better at multitasking because I've been doing it for years now. But initially, I would just keep thinking about 40 different things in my head and I'd get so consumed by all those 40 different things and then I wouldn't be able to deliver on any one of them. So staying planned and organized was definitely one of the most challenging things that I had to do. Now coming to number 4, planning future growth and continuous learning. So जब तक मेरी CA खत्म हुई थी, I was so fed up of studying that I did not want to study. I had no vision of doing anything related to studying books, anything that came close to it in the near future. What I did not understand is that studying and growth is not always just about getting a certification or a designation. You have to make sure that every day you're learning something, whether it's through books, whether it's through reading some material, whether it's through watching television, watching news, whether it is by listening to podcasts. Every day you have to focus on having a continuous growth. Now, the same concept applies to your personal well-being, but it also applies to your professional well-being. I got done with my CA in 2013. By the time I actually decided that I want to write my US CPA, it was already 2017. So I went 4 years without basically considering what is it that I want to study next, what is the kind of designation that I want, what certification do I want, what extra knowledge do I want. Not for the lack of trying, but only because I probably wasn't too focused on my own continuous growth and learning. So I'm not saying that once you get done with a degree, just jump on to another certification. Not at all. This is not what I'm saying. What I am advising you is to have a vision. This is what you want to do. Maybe not right away now, but maybe 3 years down the line, maybe 5 years down the line, maybe 20 years down the line. That'll help you in a number of ways. One, it'll give you skills that the market currently demands, so you'll always be upbeat with the market. Number 2, because you keep learning, your own mental capacity grows, or your perspectives become diverse. You're able to take difficult decisions, probably with a lot more clarity, and they make you more and more confident in your own skills as a professional. Please have a vision about your own continuous growth and learning. Lastly, number 5, no basic life skills. This is going to be a little difficult to accept, but when I started off as a professional, I did lack the basic life skills. So when I started off with my career and I started working as a chartered accountant, I did the first 6 months in Calcutta. So I was home and so I did not have to take care of a lot of the basic stuff, which is, cooking, cleaning, doing your bed, doing your laundry, basic things like that. My only contribution then was to just wake up and go to work. 6 months were done and I moved to Hyderabad. Now that was a big change because for the first time I was independent and I was responsible for everything that was happening in my life. Thankfully, there was a lot of domestic help available and I was able to take care of my things back then. When I moved to North America, it was a complete disaster. I knew that eating healthy is important and I knew staying active is also equally important. So I did not want to give them up by any means. I did not want to start eating unhealthy and I definitely did not want to stop working out. So it took a lot of effort, a lot of patience, because I had to spend hours learning how to cook just basic meals. I've had to really spend a lot of time figuring out how do I make basic food. Now, of course, I'm able to cook a lot of healthy meals and I'm super proud of that, but it has taken a lot of learning. Apart from that, I also had to learn how to do my own laundry, not just cleaning it, folding it, or how to do my own bed or how to clean my own trash. Just basic things like that, which I had no idea about, and it took a lot of time and learning. And while doing all of that, I also had to figure out time to perform well at work. Initially, I did not have a lot of respect for these basic life skills, but now, honestly, I call them life skills. So if you're looking to be a professional, maybe take some time out and invest in these life skills because these will truly make you 100% independent. You will not have to depend on anyone for anything. So this is it, you guys. These are my 5 major early career mistakes. I've made a bunch of those mistakes, but these are how I'd broadly classify them. And I hope that these help you and guide you as you start off or as you navigate your own career path. So don't forget to use the resources available. Make sure that you're using the resources available well and you're being specific with the help that you need. Staying organized and well planned so that you can achieve all that you want to in the whole day. Thinking about continuous development and growth. And learning your basic life skills. These are the 5 things that I definitely did not get right at the beginning of my career. And I hope that you, after watching this video, get all of them right. Also, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Maybe make new ones. I hope you like this video. If you do, then show me down below with a big thumbs up down there. Let me know in the comments below what else would you like to see on my channel. And until I see you in the next video, take care, stay safe. Namaste.